Hi folks, Tim from Topper here, home of the WOW RO system. We're going to insert the cartridge. We're going to start off with the pre-filter. We must align the dots. There's a dot here, a little red dot. There's a dot here. Start off to the left of it, pushing up and rotating, clicks it in all the way. The next one for the membrane is the green dot. And again, here's the green dot, okay? And we're going to align it, push up. You can feel it go in, push. And there's that. And then the final, the post filter, just to the left of it, pushing up, rotating it all the way in. There it is. When they're aligned, we know that the cartridges are in their locked position. One thing I want to point out is the reason why those dots are there. There's a little tooth on each of the locks here. And when you align the dots, that tooth drops into a slot in the manifold, and when they're under pressure, you cannot rotate this cartridge. Okay, so it locks it into place. That's what we call the locking key. Okay, so now one thing here is the cartridges are now in place. I do have everything hooked up here. I've got a faucet that is remote, not mounted in the kitchen sink. So here's a faucet. This happens to be an air gap faucet. It's not hooked up. We're just going to run the waste out, and we're going to turn the system on. And the little valve down here is tripped because I spilled some water in, and in the previous video I had, so that's what a swollen leak detector pad looks like. So we're going to turn the system on, Gary, and I'm going to flip the lever, and we hear water rushing into the machine. And we see that the system is already kind of pre-charged, and we've got water coming out of the waistline. One thing I want to demonstrate here that is a misunderstanding by so many because this is a different technology. So when you're drawing water from the faucet, any outlet off what we call the FA lines, whether it be the 3/8 line, the FA1, or the FA2 line, which is 1/4 inch, the waistline will turn off when drawing water. So notice there's nothing coming out of the waistline, but watch this. When I close the faucet, the CPU valve kicks into water makeup, and now we're into high-speed makeup. So once again, I draw water from the system. The CPU should not be drawing water out of the, or dispensing water out of the waistline, okay? If water is coming out of the waistline when drawing water out of the faucet or whatever outlet, and the waistline is drawing water, there's a problem with the CPU valve. There's a little O-ring inside of there that's out of place. Not too frequent, but I just thought I'd point it out. Water coming out of the waistline when drawing water, problems with CPU valve. Make a phone call. Watch this. There we go. Now we're into high-speed water makeup right now. The system is replenishing the water inventory that I just dispensed from the faucet. It's now going in and displacing the water that was used to squeeze the bladder, and now the pure water is going back into the bladder, produced by the membrane, and displacing that water that was used to squeeze the bladder, and it's joined the waste flow control water, which is at a 50% recovery, a true 1-to-1 on the production side. But we have a gallon going into gallon going out, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio, or better yet, a 33% efficiency. The most efficient tank type with shutoff valve literally anywhere. Okay, so that's the startup of this machine, and this is how it operates when the system has water in it. Now we're going to go through a dry startup here in the next video. Thanks, guys.